From a Sikh perspective, this question doesn't really arise. The Sikh definition of what Guru Nanak Dev Ji was is a fully realized being at one with the Creator and also able to enlighten us. The concept might be like take the ocean and take a cup out of the ocean and put it up to this side. For us, that's Guru Nanak. He's the cup and there's the ocean. But what's the difference? It's still water. Yes, the ocean is massive and it's got loads and loads of water inside it, but the cup is still water from the ocean. So from one angle, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is not Waheguru, but from the other angle, he's the same thing. The final confirmation for a Sikh of how amazing Guru is and how he was one is the lives of the Gurus and what they taught. The message that they preach is so pure, is so in line with what one would think would be God's true message to humans. When a Sikh starts to become enlightened through the Guru's Bani and to the Guru's teachings, then they know that the teachings work, and therefore they trust that Guru is true. And also the lives that they lived were great. You know, they actually lived that life. They actually went out and conquered the caste system. They actually went out and set up equality for men and women. They actually went out and gave their lives, and the fact that they were free men and they freed people. So a Sikh perspective of Waheguru is right at the beginning in the Mool Mantra that was given to Guru Nanak, and it said Ajuni. And that means that Waheguru is not inside the cycle of life and death. So we go through reincarnation, we're born and die, and if we don't achieve oneness, we go back. Waheguru cannot be born and cannot die. So the Gurus were human, and Waheguru remains Waheguru and is never taken form on earth. But our concept of Waheguru is slightly different in the sense that we can become one with that Creator. The light inside us is the same light as that Waheguru, and Waheguru is outside and inside and everywhere. So when we become fully realized, then Waheguru is present fully. The Waheguru is present in any case, but within that person there's no difference. Obviously the essence is inside all of us, but very few people fully realize the essence to be visible and manifest. It remains dormant. It's like having energy which is dormant and energy which is fully active and flaring away. That's what Waheguru is. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji was the visible energy. He had totally merged, and whatever he did was in line with the Creator and what the Creator would will. So he lived in that hukum fully. But
man, sorry about yesterday. I apologize, Dan. I apologize. I'm sorry.
What's going on with you and Ziriab, man? How have you? Where's this like issue between you two come from?
I don't. To be honest, I argue with so many people. I don't know where it started. Like I just can't remember.
Okay.
But it must have started somewhere for him to have that much vitriol towards me. So I just didn't. I don't know what happened. Like, because the thing is, did I disturb a conversation coming on? Maybe I did. I don't know.
Yeah, you kind of. It was weird because I jumped. I created a call on my own. Then I invited Ziriab. Then I saw that you and Veli were active on like another call. So I said to Ziriab, let's jump onto that call.
All right.
Because it would be easier to sort out the stream or whatever. And then yeah, I think it just kind of collided. But I was too tired to moderate yesterday, so. Yeah,
well, don't worry. I dealt with it, did I not?
I don't know. Did you deal with it?
He went, didn't he?
I muted up. I took my headphones off.
No. Did he go?
He did leave.
And who was left on there?
Fuck.
Me. So I dealt with it. Yeah, I know that's very petty. I agree, but I'm not letting him. Because the thing is, what frustrated me was that people are always arguing that, complaining that we're talking about Islam all the time, me and Raindrop. And one of the very few times that we wanted to kind of talk about Sikhism just for a few minutes, he just wouldn't allow us to continue the conversation. And I just felt like that was just like, all right, you're one of the people. Because he's one of the guys that always says we talk about Islam. I'm pretty sure it was him as well saying, you should talk about Sikhism. And when we're doing it, I will say that there's a video in the back chat I just gave you.
Me?
Oh, look who's here. Who is this guy on your avatar? Who's the guy on your avatar?
Who's the guy on my avatar? Hassan Sabah.
Who is Hassan? Is that Hassan Sabah?
Yes. The Hassan Sabah.
Not Hassan Sabah on the guy, but you're talking about historical figures. I don't know who Hassan
Yeah,
Sabah is.
yeah. It's not Hassan Sabah.
All right, yeah. So yeah. I mean, I've put in a back chat another video from what's it called, by Jagraj Singh, and he kind of clarifies the concept of the way Sikhs their concept of God. Yeah, and he clarifies that obviously, you know, he wasn't saying that the Gurus were God, but we become one with God. There's a difference. Maybe your little IQ, low IQ brains cannot understand the concept.
Well, M
Yeah,
Stacks. I think M Stacks might want to jump on and.
I mean, if he wants to jump on and he wants to discuss it, Badmash, get him with Badmash on it. If he wants to discuss it with him, he can discuss it with him. Because I'm sick and tired of Sikhs saying that we can't do X, Y, Z, but they don't have the guts to jump on and defend their own faith. But instead, what they do is type, and attack us. Like, come on there and defend your faith. Get yourself out of your pity mode and jump on.
Where's
and,
Badmash? Is he in the chat?
Yeah, I mean, and if he wants a discussion, because I can concede that my knowledge isn't that great. He's somebody that says his knowledge is great, so he can argue the cause, and I can concede that he probably knows more than me in terms of the spiritual side of it, which is one of my weaknesses, which is I'm definitely going to be improving on. I'm planning to start going on to these. I don't want to say too much because people will sabotage it, so let me just say nothing too much. Let's say I'm going to learn a bit more through my own way.
Yeah, man. Badmash, jump on if you want to. I just sent.
And get Al Kaka on there as well.
Just sent the link out to Al Kaka. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just clarify something? Ghost Speaker's Corner is saying that Sikhs, like me, I'm drawing old, dirty old men in old people's homes when I'm doing my artwork. First of all, when I do my artwork, the faces are from my imagination. So the faces are actually from. Oh, calm down. The faces are actually from my imagination. I don't use reference photos from my faces. So when you look at the drawings, except for Guru Gobind Singh Ji and even Guru Nanak Dev Ji was from my own imagination. The only one I do use is from Sabha Singh, is the Guru Gobind Singh Ji, because it's such a beautiful interpretation. But the rest of them are all from my own imagination. I don't use faces. Yeah, I don't pick someone's face out from the picture and then start drawing. Yeah, I just do what's in my head and I just put it onto paper. Yeah, so that's done out here.
So what was the conversation yesterday with Al Kaka and Sid? Because there was £1,000. Was it?
Yeah, it was a shit show. I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to contact RS Sid. Like I said, RS Sid is somebody that, although you know, I speak to, and you know, I'm not gonna say he's not a Sikh. I don't agree with him on his theology. Some of the stuff he said is way. I mean, it's very fringe, in the sense that I don't hear people talking like this. So, for me, it's like, all right, I've never heard that before. Oh, I've never heard that. So I get surprised when thingy. So let me just read. So you're drawing So Ghost Speaker says you're drawing random old people from the nursing home. First of all, yeah, like I said, you can go to any gurdwara in the world, yeah. Go in there and say that to one of the people in the Gurdwara and see what happens. Because every temple in the Sikh in the world that I know of has some form of artwork of the Gurus. Every single one. Yeah. So either you're saying that they are doing that, which I find quite disrespectful. So you need to go there, go to your local one, and say in there and say that, oh, that picture on the wall is of an old dirty old man from a nursing home, and see whether you walk out. Yeah.
Yo, M Stacks, you there?
Yo, go on, yo.
So what, you owe said £1,000 now, yeah?
He owes me 10 grand, fam.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to work out. Who owes who what? And
no, but no,
he owes me, man. I showed him evidence from the scripture. He said, show me, and I showed him, and he still won't pay up, man. The guy's lying, isn't it?
But what was the contention?
Well, no, but you didn't actually refute him though.
Well, yeah,
no,
what was
on the main argument? You were saying that
he rejected. Go on.
No, because your argument was that we as Sikhs, remember, Bhajagraj Singh is one individual and he's not perfect. He can make mistakes.
No, you're missing my argument. My argument was not Jagraj said this, so you'll have to believe this, man. My argument was that the Guru Granth Sahib, I gave him a verse, and he's saying he's not there, and I gave him the reference, innit?
All right, let me read something from Badmash, because the thing is, as much as I dislike Badmash, I'm not going to say that he has no knowledge, yeah, and he hasn't got a good way of actually explaining Sikhi in terms of spirituality. That's one thing I've got to give him. And he says, so he says to Al Kaka, you need to stop looking at Islam through the lens of Islam. Our first guru denounced both the ritual practice of Islam and Hinduism.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah, so when you're looking
I
at that, so
don't-
when people say that Guru Nanak Dev, because even RS said to
Guru Nanak said Muhammad is a true prophet. So from there,
Guru-
the religion died there.
Guru Nanak Dev Ji criticized a lot of practices
Bro,
of Islam.
You don't
So-
make sense, man.
so-
How can you say Muhammad is a true prophet and then criticize him at the same time?
All right,
Makes
so
sense.
I'm gonna say something, and if I might get some stick here, so I'm just gonna say it, and then I want people to kind of maybe clarify for my Sikh brothers if I'm wrong. From my understanding, we do believe that Prophet Muhammad maybe was a messenger, but he was corrupted in his message. Yeah, that's my understanding. So
What does
or
make sense?
yeah,
Like,
because
he's a
at the end of the day, yeah. All right, so
Wait,
let me just say
one
something.
second.
All right, calm down here. So
No,
he
repeat that
said,
again. You said,
all right,
you said
so-
he was a messenger. You said he was a messenger, but his message was corrupted.
yeah, so you can have your own ego and your own lust and your own thingies as a man can start to take control of yourself. So I
The
believe,
prophet was infallible.
and
He
well,
could
this is
not
the thing.
commit
We don't believe he was infallible. So we
You don't
believe,
believe your
from my
gurus
understanding.
were infallible.
All right, so let me just say something. And if any Sikhs here disagree with me, please tell me because I might be wrong. That the message might have been correct in the beginning, but his own ego and his own kind of lust and his
You're
anger.
just waffling, man. You're just waffling.
No. Let
You're
me just say
waffling.
what I'm
You're trying
telling
to
you.
reconcile.
I'm telling you what I.
No. What you're trying to do is you're trying to reconcile. You're trying to reconcile his Guru Nanak's what he said about Prophet Muhammad with your scripture, because once you say Muhammad's a true prophet, whatever he came with. Must
No,
be
you
true
can
because it
be
came
a
from God.
prophet. Oh, 'cause let me
Right
ask you a question. Is there prophets in the Abrahamic faiths that were prophets but become corrupted?
No.
Yeah.
So
Prophets
there's
in
none.
Abraham's
Yeah.
faith are infallible.
Is there any
They're
prophets
infallible.
within the Abrahamic faiths that were given the
in Islam? You're talking about Islam.
No,
Are you
all
talking
right.
about
So
Islam or
let's talk about
Christianity?
Islam. Yeah. So is there
Okay,
any
Islam.
prophets within the Islamic faith? I'm talking about from Moses to now to Noah that
Let's
were
go from
given
Adam.
that were
Adam to
given.
now.
All right, so
Adam
Adam
to
were
now.
given a message and a purpose, but they become in some way their human nature overpowered their message. So their
No.
humanity, their flaws in the
They're infallible
humanity.
human beings.
So every
No.
single. So Moses was infallible.
Yes.
Noah was infallible.
Noah was infallible, yes.
Adam was infallible.
Yo, listen here.
Yes. In
Let me just say
terms of
something.
revealing the
Listen,
religion.
Islamically,
In
Adam,
revealing the religion.
I think Raj is
Listen,
right.
yeah.
I think Raj is right.
in terms of our Islamic beliefs here, the prophets, every prophet, his message was not corrupted. Maybe him as a person committed few sins, minor sins, but the message
Yes.
got nothing to do with them as a character. You feel me? They
Yeah. So
their character did not corrupt the message basically. In
all right,
Islamic,
so let me explain my position.
that's a good
Let me explain my
distinction,
position.
Amstax.
Then
That
you
is a good
can
distinction,
correct
so-
me, or you can rebut me. And if there's any Sikhs in the chat, because obviously I'm my own learning curve. What I've been told, is that Prophet Muhammad was given a message, and what happened is that he become corrupted in his later days, and that message become corrupted. So his anger and his lust and his ego took over, and so the message that he originally was supposed to have become warped, and so he wasn't
that's
the last
nonsensical,
messenger.
man. That's nonsensical, man.
Well, how is it nonsensical?
Nonsensical.
Because
To you guys, it would be nonsensical.
nah, to you, because what you trying to do? Did Guru Nanak say what you're saying right now, or you just making?
Well, a lot of the rituals like praying to the Kaaba and all of this kind
No
of
one
stuff is
prays to the
forbidden.
Kaaba. You're lying again.
I know, but
This
these
is lying.
these are practices
No
that
one prays
Guru
to
Nanak
the
did.
Kaaba. Anyone
All
who
right,
prays to the
so
Kaaba. One second, you cut me off. Anyone who prays to the Kaaba, firstly, is not Muslim, he's a heretic. So Muslims say that themselves. So when you come up with these kind of statements that we pray to the Kaaba, like, what's wrong with you? Why are you
all right,
lying?
let me
You're
explain. Let me
lying.
explain my thing here. One of the main things that Guru Nanak Dev Ji was very against was rituals. Yeah, whether from Hindus or whether from Muslims. And the rituals that he disagreed with was like for Hindus
What do you mean
praying to
rituals, man? You put on a turban, that's a ritual.
let me
You
just
got a kirpan, that's a ritual.
let
You
me
go to the
finish a
Guru,
stop,
you go to the Gurudwara, that's a ritual.
dude.
You pray,
Let
that's a
me.
ritual.
Yo,
let me-
M-Stacks.
Come on, man.
He's
Let
getting
me-
triggered, man.
just
Let me
let-
just say one
let him
piece
break
and you
it
can
down.
rebut it. So the rituals like from the Hindus was they were praying to idols, yeah. They were like they were doing stuff that were making those idols into something real, like they were real gods. And they're just statues, they're nothing really. And the same with the when he went to by praying to the Kaaba, like we don't believe, in that concept. So he disagreed with that strongly. Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's
so
your
he
opinion,
can't.
but what's
He
wrong with you,
could
man?
not. He
Let me
could not.
reply.
All right. So let me just say something. So this is where the premise of Guru Nanak Dev Ji being a Muslim falls down straight, because
I don't
he's
believe he was a
basic.
Muslim.
I know,
don't
but
believe
some
that.
people try and make this argument that because he said that, you know, or maybe in Sikhi we say that Prophet Muhammad was maybe he'd been a messenger, that he was perfect. We don't believe he was infallible. We believe he probably got corrupted and his message becomes skewered.
Yo,
Do you
listen, man,
not see that? Do you not see that? You say that about Jesus,
No,
and
no. We don't say
Jesus.
nothing. We don't say nothing about. We don't say anything as close to what you're saying. Jesus was a messenger. His message was not corrupt in any way, shape, or form. The people them corrupted it. So the latecomers who came about, they corrupted it. Jesus himself, his message was not corrupted while he was alive. Even
Yo,
his
Tim.
companions.
All right. So
Let's
let me.
move on.
One minute.
T.
One minute. Yeah, one minute. Let me speak to.
Am I
Let me.
cutting you off? Why are you
All
cutting
right.
me
Let
off?
me. All right. So let me just speak to Badmash. Yeah, 1 minute.
Bro, forget that, man. I'm
No.
speaking and you cut me off.
Hold on. Because I want to.
How does that work out?
All
Yo,
right, so
M
you
Stacks,
say your
M Stacks.
piece, then-
If you let Raj and Badmash find like a middle ground,
But
then you
that
can
guy
attack.
was
You can.
speaking,
No,
he
but
told me
hold
to be
on.
quiet, so then I was speaking. So
I
let
hit-
me just finish my
All right,
statement.
all right, so finish the statement.
Yeah, man. So Raj, what he's trying to do, he's trying to save his religion right by now. If Guru Nanak did say that Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet, this is detrimental to the Sikh religion, fam. I'm telling you. Cause once you say someone's a true prophet, the message that he came with must be from the Most High himself. You feel me? And that message was
okay. Listen, Raj.
One minute, Budgie.
Let me just address M Stacks.
So, but before we go on, I'm gonna call a truce with Turlochan on this day, because I think the issue is bigger than mine and his petty beef here, because this is about the. And I will agree. I actually agree with.
There's a war going on.
1 minute. Look. What people don't understand. I actually agree with Turlochan's view of Sikhism over RSIDs. Although I don't like Turlochan as a person, and I'll get on with RSID, I disagree strongly with RSID.
What truces do we need to call? Is there some kind of war going on?
Yeah, whatever. We have a war, man. We have a war.
Okay.
So don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, okay. I'm Stacks here. Like I said, in my message, you need to stop looking at Islam. I mean, Sikhi through the Islam lens. Yeah. If you say that because we believe that about Guru Nanak, somehow Sikhi fails, it doesn't for Sikhs. It does for you.
You're bad, man. You heard my argument, or you just coming on the bandwagon of what Raj said, and then you're trying to. I don't understand. Like,
for anyone that knows Badmash, hold on 1 minute. Anyone that knows Badmash, he's not going to go on my bandwagon. He's going on what's his faith, and I appreciate it.
Okay.
Because let me say something. Let me say something. As much as me and Badmash disagree, I do believe he loves his religion, and I do believe there's a lot of Sikhs out there too cowardly to jump on. So appreciate the fact that although me and him don't get on, he is not here for me. He doesn't care about me. It's about
listen, you know when it comes to Sikhi, when it comes to Sikhi, I cannot find a fault in Sikhi philosophy.
Who's the gurus? They say one second. Huh?
Yeah, go on and you speak. Go on.
Yeah, the gurus. When you ask Sikhs, they say the gurus were teachers. They were somewhat
not teachers. Okay. Guru is somebody who is spiritually enlightened.
All right.
Spiritually enlightened. Teacher is too low of the title.
To our research, what we found out when we researched it is that your gurus are actually God, and you just said earlier that they are God on earth. You mentioned that your statement. You said that yourself. My argument yesterday was to say
I'm going to use a reference now. I'm going to give you a reference.
Listen, I'm not arguing with you. I believe what you're saying, but what and Raindrop and a few other people been telling us that they're not God on earth. So
no, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There is more of an intricate answer. I've given you like a basic answer that he's God on earth. Yeah. There are more intricacies to that answer.
There's no problem. So then where's my 10,000 pound? I already proved it. Badmash agrees with me that gurus.
Let him finish his sentence, and then you might understand.
Let me give you my reference now on why I believe this. In Gurdwara, you can only give teachings from the Guru Granth Sahib, except for there's two other people, that you can use their teachings. One is by Gurdas Ji. He was a scribe. And there's another guy, I forget the name, it escapes me. He was from Ghazni in Afghanistan. And both of these people knew the Gurus, okay, and lived with them. So they got a lot of teachings from them. And one of their Bani, or one of their scripture it goes like this. It goes, Ik Baba Akal Roop, Duja Babi Mardana. And what that is just describing Guru Nanak is saying there was one Baba who is Guru Nanak, and he was Akal Roop. Okay, now I'll just describe that. Akal is a title for God, like timeless, never ending. It's a title for God, Arup is appearance. So if he's describing Guru Nanak as the appearance of the eternal, then that's it. Case closed.
But I don't even need that. Listen, it says here, right here, yeah.
I'm not trying to like. I'm just telling you why I believe that.
Let me
you know?
say something. Yo,
And I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna question by Gurdasi, innit? I'm not mental. What do you think, Raj?
Look, for me, yeah. All right, so
let's put all the gainers to one side.
All right, so for me, the way I see, all right, so let me just explain. The way I see Sikhi is this way. Like, I'm going to use a bad analogy, but please just bear with me.
Raj,
like,
you've got to bring a reference from Sikhi because no one.
I'm not going to bring a reference from Sikhi because I'm not that knowledgeable enough. But I'm going to give it. Hold on 1 minute, but let me just give my concept. If it's wrong, it's wrong.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The way I see from when I've been brought up is like, imagine the film The Matrix, yeah, and just bear with me. We are in like a matrix, yeah. The world is false in terms of like, you know, what we see around us, and there are people that have been brought down to earth that are out of the matrix, and they can see the world for what it really is, and that's the gurus. They're literally one with God, yeah. They're not God, but they're one with God. They're connected to God.
Right, I just got to cut you off. Yeah.
Let me just finish it. Let me finish. And then what happens is they give the message out, and that's like giving the red pill to people. You take the red pill and a blue pill. Some people, the Sikhs, have been given the red pill, and so they take it, and it depends on whether they want to accept what reality is. That this world is just an illusion.
Okay, can I
it's not real.
Okay, yeah, when our first guru is one with God. Sorry, Al-Kaka, yeah. Our first guru met God. He went to
I know.
Yeah. So he meditated near a lake and he met God. He came back to message. So that's why we say he's one with God. That's why when he speaks, it's the words of God.
I want an interpretation.
Yeah, but the problem we're having here, we're having a little to and fro with me and the lot in it. I know, but let's just get through this little bit, and then when you think so, from my look here, I think the concept that we're talking about because from the Abrahamic faith, they have a God that is literally on a throne up there, whereas we believe God is everywhere. It's like it's an energy. It's something that we can't compute in our own heads.
But there isn't a problem, Raj. We shouldn't look at their face through our lens either.
Yeah, I agree. It's a bad way to do it.
Yo, let me.
Raj, what's that? What's this new propaganda about the Sari and Sulle thing? What's that about?
Bad match.
Oh, let's not get onto that, man.
I said Sari and the Samne.
All right, so you're going up to something else. We can talk about that afterwards, yeah. Let's talk about the main topic. It was going to get messy, yeah. We got a bigger picture to kind of like.
So let me just speak for a second.
This time is finished. The conversation's over.
No, it's not. I'm speaking now. So he says he says in the Guru Granth Sahib, so speaks Mathura. There is no difference between Wahi Guru and Guru Nanak. Guru Arjun is the personification of Wahi Guru himself, and then he goes to say that Wahi Guru himself wielded his power and entered the world. And then he goes on to say the formless God took form, and with his light he illuminated the realms of the world. So right about now we see, and he goes to say he has placed himself within the true Guru, revealing himself. He declares this openly. So right about now what we see is a plethora of verses where it indicates that your God, first of all, a formless God, took form and came to earth. So what I'm saying here is it's like a Christian faith. You are basically Christians but Sikhs. You feel me?
Listen, when you're reading it, is the Romanized version written next to it? Because sometimes there's scripture where it's written in Gurmukhi, it's written in English, and there's also Romanized, as in like phonetics.
It's got I'm gonna send a screenshot in the back chat. It's got the original language. If I read
I wanted to know if the formless word they're using is Nirankar.
Nirankar.
So what's it? It's written in Punjabi.
It says Nirankar.
Yeah, that's the word for formless. Yeah.
Jog Mandal Kariyo.
Kariyo means to continue.
So basically, my point here is the Christians believe that God came on earth. So I'm saying the Sikhs actually believe the same thing, that Wahi Guru, formless God, took form, came on earth with and revealed himself to the people then. So is this the actual true belief that you lot have, Car? I haven't been hearing this from Raj. Raj has been giving us a crop.
100%, man. It's the belief. But like I said, there are a little bit more intricacies on how to explain it. But ultimately, that's what we believe, man. And we shouldn't shy away from that. Listen, there's lots of talk, there's lots of talk about who is on the side, Listen, where yesterday when you lot were having that chat, there was lots of talk on who is on the side of the RSS and the so-called Hindu government, yeah, there's always been a conceited effort in removing the divinity away from Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Always. Listen, the Hindu government want to see us as a sect of Hinduism. There's always been a conceited effort to take away the power, the divinity of Guru Nanak Dev Ji.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
So let's not get it twisted, yeah? People keep saying, Raj, you know, people keep saying that the Damdami Taksal, yeah, the Nihangs of India, they're the ones that are siding with Hinduism. It's not right. It's not true.
All right, can I say something? Yeah, I think look, I'm gonna say something. Yeah, and look, for me, I understand. Like, look, for me, I realize. Hold on, 1 minute. Ik ben yeah, my yeah. And 1 minute, let me just talk to look. Look, yeah, I'm a big enough a man, yeah, to know that my knowledge is very weak, and I am gonna start to learn more. I'm even willing to meet.
Mine is weak.
1 minute. I'm gonna do something. Yeah, I'm actually gonna meet you at the Turlochan. Yeah, if we can have a civil conversation, and I'm gonna bring Aris Sid as well if I can, but we can talk and sit down somewhere. Yeah, because I think I'm away from the cameras, no one there. Just us three.
He's like, you know, yesterday, yeah, it's on the chat, and I listened. I had guests yesterday, so I listened to bits and pieces of that debacle on.
My head was hurting. My head was hurting.
Yeah, but listen, somebody said that he called the pictures of our gurus the B word.
Yeah. I mean, this is
that's BRB, isn't it? You know, there's pictures, yeah, of people swear. There's videos that went around on WhatsApp of people swearing towards pictures of our gurus. Do you know what happened to them in India? They were torn apart.
All right, so let me explain from his... All right, so let me explain. I don't agree with what you said. Yeah, let me explain what you said though, and I disagree with it. He was saying that Sobba Singh is just a man who drew himself as Guru Nanak Dev, or he drew his cousin or something. And he's saying that was just an old B word. It was a very crass thing to say because whether we like it or not, I don't believe these pictures look like Guru Nanak Dev Ji. When I do a drawing, I don't even use photos.
But that's by the by, whether they look.
Yeah, I know.
It was like the point, Raj. Let's focus on what's happening in front of us. That's beside the point.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why you seem to sugarcoat his wrongdoing and highlight others. Do you know what I mean? Wrongdoing. Why are you sugarcoating it?
All right,
unless there's something else happening. Unless there's something else happening behind the scenes, you know. Which.
All right. So look, I'm not going to say too much. Yeah, privately. Yeah. Meet karunga. Yeah, we can talk then, but I'm not doing it online.
Say
yeah.
But this is some low IQ behavior.
But
listen, is it true? Is it true that
it's more complicated than you think? So we'll arrange. Let me say something. I'll arrange with the Turlochan. I'm gonna meet him. Let me say something. Yeah. One thing. Yeah. Hold on 1 minute. One thing. Yeah. That although 1 minute. Let me just address something. Let me address something. One good thing that's come out of this year. Let me address something. 1 minute.
Headshot yourself, man.
Let me just address something. One good thing that's come out of this year is that it's made me realize that I need to learn more about Sikhi. Yeah, because I've realized my knowledge is very weak.
Bro, I know more about
and I need to start really because I know a lot of history, but I don't know spiritual side. So I will take knowledge from wherever it is. Right is right, wrong is wrong.
You know what, Raj? I'm not having a go at you right now, yeah. But you know when I keep saying Bani is important, yeah, and it does keep saying, yeah, that Bani hai Guru hai Bani, yeah, Guru Gobind Singh Ji.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I just want, I'm not having a go at you. Come on, let's.
No, but you have to understand, yeah. Hold on 1 minute.
Yeah, combative mode. Yeah.
Let me say this. Sometimes when the truth hurts, yeah. All right, so the truth hurts. I know what you were saying was right. In that
I'm not. Listen, bro.
1 minute.
I'm not hammering this home to like make you feel bad. I'm just making a point for the audience. Yeah. I'm making a point for the audience.
Let me just finish my sentence. Ik meant, yeah. Look, so basically, there's a lot of things I think you said wrong, and I disagreed. But on that, you was right, and even I have to concede when someone's right on that point. I cannot say that I'm a Sikh and I'm not reading the Bani. I have to read it.
Okay, I just want to make my point about the scripture and why that is the most important thing. Yeah, our last Guru said, "Guru hai Bani, Bani hai Guru." What that means is the words are our Guru, not the Bana. So the Bana is the outwardly appearance. You know, me and you keep talking about the beard wars and urban wars. Yeah, that's a joke. Yeah, that's some kind of jalous parade that we're giving these YouTube people, about the appearance of somebody. And then Sikhs want to talk about dietary stuff. Should we eat meat? Should we not eat meat? Sikhi has never, ever, ever, ever been a dietary plan. And we shouldn't we shouldn't reduce Sikhi to a dietary plan or a fashion thing. It's about the scripture and about the philosophy. And believe me, it is so deep, the philosophy. You start reading, dude, there are 2-hour lectures on Ek Onkar. You know that?
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing
that means there's one God. You know, so we need to focus on the scripture. Focus on the scripture.
Now we're pantheists. We're pantheists. I think. Would you agree that we're more pantheists, though, Turlochan?
Listen, I don't need a theological debate.
But just
Muslim. I'm not gonna, and I'll tell you why I don't do that. Yeah.
Okay, then
there's a line about slandering, and I'm not going to go into slandering other people's religion.
No, just from to make it easier from it, because when I look
at step away from the laptop, I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, no, for me personally, when I see,
so while he's gone, I'm just gonna start speaking because these two are just speaking together.
Well, you can't talk over Sikhs, man. We run.
Nah. You lot, you're just trying to take over, and you don't want to handle.
It's not that we're trying to. We will.
Nah, you can't take over.
No. It's not that we're trying to. It's just in our nature. We will take over.
Not in your nature.
You can't do nothing about it.
At the time of
Guru when you go to back in the room now.
You know, at the time of Guru Nanak, when you lot were baptizing, did you use the feet of Guru Nanak to baptize people?
Well, I asked Turlochan because I'm not really.
I don't know. It's a historical thing.
Yeah, it's historical. Yeah, I was reading this.
I'm not too good with the history of Sikhi.
Jagraj was talking about that.
But just for argument's sake, that's true. What difference does it make to his message?
Is that hygienic? Using
No, I'm saying forget about the hygiene because you get caught up here in the ministry.
If somebody brought me the shoes of Guru Gobind Singh Ji and said these are the shoes of Guru Gobind Singh Ji and there was historical proof, I will matta take to those shoes.
You would matta take?
Yeah, I will put my head to those shoes. Yeah. I don't care about the Rehat Maryada, you know that, Raj, by the way. Yeah. This is where you might think that I'm a bit strange. You know, the Rehat Maryada is a pamphlet written by the Sharomli group.
Yeah, I'm not.
This is mad, man. I never knew about this. Yo, listen, this is mad. Yo.
What? What's that?
You know another thing, Raj, you know, discussing the intricacies of Sikhi, I think some questions on some debates are best left in-house. It's not that we're hiding stuff from everybody else. It's just that
no. Let me say. Calm down. All right, so let me say this here. Let me say this. Al-Kaka, calm down. What I would do,
he's talking about Sharia, he's talking about Jizya. Now we need to know about your
let me say something. I'm gonna start doing it.
Talk about it, fam, because
calm down, M-Stacks, calm down. We got nothing to be ashamed of or embarrassed about. So don't worry, you can look into it. What I'm gonna start doing is on Mani Cinders, I'm gonna do at least once every 2 weeks a Sikh kind of show. And I want to just bring Sikhs on there to talk about Sikhs. If you want to learn, you can listen. I'll learn at the same time. I'll bring people on.
Before you do that, Raj, go equipped. Don't go empty-handed.
No, I'm saying I'm not the one that's gonna be doing it. I'm gonna get people to teach me on the show, so I can sit there and listen as well. Yeah, I would just be hosting.
Anyway, you do your dance, man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that I would like people to come on there. And they can kind of talk about Sikhism, and I can ask questions. And I'm not somebody, I can only host it. I'm not somebody that I believe is a teacher to tell people about Sikhism. But hopefully, the more I learn, I might then become much more knowledgeable, and I can actually, start teaching people like Al-Kaka, and he might become.
So the 10 gurus are gods, basically on earth. So this is.
Well, listen, this is how it works. So the rest of the gurus are incarnations of Guru Nanak. Yeah, that's why we use the word before we say their Bani. We say. Mahalla Duja, Mahalla.
Where's Guru Nanak now? Where's he now? Where's Guru Nanak now? Where's Guru? Is he with Wahi Guru right now? As you speak?
Yes, merged back with God.
What do you mean merged? It's like water.
So like if you give the description of like an ocean, and the Guru is now one with the ocean, and we will be one with the ocean as well.
What does that even mean? You're one with the ocean.
Well, we become enlightened only if we become enlightened. Otherwise, we're gonna come back on the merry-go-round.
What's your life like if you're gonna get merged? What's gonna happen?
Remember, Raj, we're gonna keep getting reincarnated because we are Junie, we are Junie. We're part of the life cycle, birth life cycle. So God is our Junie outside of it.
What's the next reincarnation you're hoping to be like? Let's say if you die, What's gonna happen?
Creature like alpaca.
So you're gonna become a camel or
An
what
alpaca
animal?
creature.
Or you're gonna become a pigeon?
Yeah, or foggerfast. Look, let me
I'll
say
come
something.
back with a prowling lion.
So one of the things is that look, look, this is why I think Bajagrad's thing decided not to go speaker's corner, not because he couldn't debate people, because he crushed everybody.
Rod, I know things who used to tell him not to go. Yeah, I used to go and see Bajagrad on Sundays. Yeah, Park Avenue, and the things I was with used to tell him don't go. It's not a place for us. But you know, he studied philosophy at Oxford, so this is why he was well equipped to do it.
Yeah, he destroyed Darwin.
What are your two thoughts on the documentary made about him?
Yeah, do you know what? That Sunny Hundal has got a lot to answer for. That's his brother. That's Bajagrad's brother. Young Seeker Proud.
I like the documentary. I enjoyed it, you know, bro. Dan actually enjoyed that documentary.
Yeah, I don't think it was
supposed to be about the legacy of Jagraj, but he started talking about Sikh militancy. Yeah, and I think it was a farce,
listen,
man.
I'm kind of struggling with this part. You lot say that let a Muslim be a good Muslim, let a Christian be a good Christian. What does that mean?
That means that's your path, isn't it?
Nah, but does that mean like where do you believe that Muslims are gonna go to when they die or something? Or Christians or people who are not from the Sikh faith?
You're gonna be judged according. We believe, ultimately, this was Guru Nanak Dev Ji's message is karam over ritual. Okay, so your deeds over rituals. So you could do 100 prayers a day. If you're still a cunt to the dunya, you're going to be judged on your deeds, not ritual. This was his message. He said, let's stop with the rituals and let's make our deeds better.
Are you telling me that going to the good? Sorry, go on.
No, I'd finished. I'd made my point. That was it, basically. He was saying, let's make our deeds better than our rituals.
Yeah, but you have the same concept of in the Prophet Muhammad said as well about the Quran.
Why do we keep making comparisons? Why do we have to be the same, though? Why do we got to be the same?
They don't have to be the same, but there are similar concepts in the sense that there's no point praying 50 times a day fasting and you're a bad person. It doesn't, you're going to be judged according to your conduct, how you behave, what you think.
Going to the Gurdwara, isn't that a ritual? Going to the Gurdwara and praying, isn't that a ritual of itself?
But is a ritual going to the mosque?
Yeah, but you're not saying you're against rituals. So
a ritual, you're getting things mistaken. Going to a place of worship is not a ritual.
That is.
No, it's not. You're going to pay respects.
Are you praying? Are you praying?
Yeah, of course we're praying. We're praying.
That's a ritual. That's a ritual when you're praying, when you're standing.
Are you saying that you're doing rituals then when you're in the mosque?
Yeah, I'm doing ritual. Yeah, I'm doing ritual.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, you don't have to go to a Gurdwara to pray, though, Raj. We go there to do darshan of Guru, to look at our Guru.
Yeah, I'm not.
To gaze upon our Guru.
Yeah. So that's why I've always said that. I don't. People said you go to the Gurdwara to pray. I'm not really. I can pray at home. I don't have to go to the Gurdwara, but I will start going Gurdwara in order to learn.
I'm going to tell you another reason why I don't get into religious debate about other people, and the slander thing is so important in Sikhi because it says don't even slander. I'll just say it in English. There's no point saying it in Punjabi. It says don't even slander dust. That's how, because it says when you're alive, you walk on top of dust. When you die, dust is on top of you. Yeah, that was Baba Farid's slok. Yeah. So this is how I don't get into I'm not an expert on Islam. You're not an expert on Islam.
But I know what's wrong though.
I'm saying it's a bit stingy. If you don't believe you're on the truth, you should be calling people to the truth, innit? You can't be hiding. You feel me? That's stingy, firstly. Even though I don't believe you're on the truth.
But you're doing it again. You're doing that same thing again. You're doing it. You're looking at it through the lens of Islam.
No, I'm saying
you are. And I get it. You're thinking that why aren't they doing dawah? Because we're doing dawah. We think we've got the truth. No. We're doing dawah. Why aren't they doing it?
But what I'm saying, he's looking through it. He's looking it through the lens of a Salafi person. He's putting a Salafi lens.
You're missing the point.
Salafi funded by Saudi Arabian government with Saudi Arabian glasses.
Look at his dickhead.
He's a mad Kali, you're saying. He's a mad Kali.
All I'm saying here, if you don't believe Sikhism is true, why are you not calling people to the truth? That's got nothing to do with Islam.
There are Sikh missionaries. There's just not a lot of them. It's not
Yeah,
part of
I'm doing an interview next week with a white seat combat. I was supposed to do it on Sunday. He goes Speaker's Corner. I don't want to say he's going back to America, so I don't mind filming him now. But he's been going there for like 6 months.
Is he part of 3HO though?
No. He's totally
Badmash.
It's totally
Can I
separate.
just ask you a question, Badmash?
Yeah, who's that speaking?
Oh no!
Ghost, yeah.
Big up Ghost.
It's gonna go left, man. I'm warning you.
there?
No. He's a conjurer, this guy. It's gonna go left.
Yeah,
Very
you're
fast.
conjured.
Big up Ghost. Big up Ghost.
It's gonna go left very fast.
Everyone gets called a conjurer, man. It's really
What's what you
really
say?
bad word,
Ghost?
man.
What's what you say?
Badmash,
Hanji.
what is it? Pigeon being Salu and Sulu or whatever, and
He's trying to stick to it now. I'm not going into your bullshit. We're talking about religion.
Yeah, we are talking about religion, you idiot. You embarrassed your religion last night.
Let's not talk over each other, man. Let go speak.
I'm asking him a question. If he's got a problem with it, that's fine. But
Yeah, let go speak, man. Yo, go on.
Yeah, Ghost.
Yeah, so what's this stuff that he's been saying? Were you using derogatory words? Was there a mistake or is he just lying?
I used the word Sare on the samne.
Yeah,
Listen, man. I'm the one that calls out people, and he knows that, Raj. I'm the person that calls out people from using that other term, yeah? And I've done that throughout my life, man. Grew up in Southall, and I've done it, and I lost friends because of it. I'm not, but Raj is, yeah, because Raj is gung-ho with this beef thing, and he knows he's doing it, you know, and he keeps...
First of all,
videos.
Yeah, right. First of all,
he's got this imaginary war in his head.
Yeah, so he's a liar.
Your condition, Rod. I'll put it down to
you. Condition bullshit, man. You're always going right. So first of all,
it's not rational behavior, Raj. It's not
rational behavior. Let me explain something here.
Just against your own seat, brother. Disgusting.
What's that?
Disgusting.
Raj is one
yeah, that is absolutely disgusting against your own seat. No, no questions today. Thank you. I just come here to speak about my
meme in the back chat, yeah, of a you, an insect, and saying that Sikh believe that an insect is God.
But Ghost, I'm really like upset that you.
Raj, that's what you lot said yesterday.
You didn't think that I would use that word, nah.
You lot said that.
No, I didn't.
God is using the fly.
You wouldn't. I could listen to the own audio. I can't believe it. He even played it. It's so stupid to play on his channel when you can clearly see it says "Sare on the samne."
Sare on the samne. The middle sound. The middle divide. The middle is a rada.
So first of all, don't speak this corner. You're very low IQ. I think you need to get
low IQ.
You're very dumb. Even your arm is
you need to tackle this slander rubbish.
Sorry, I'm this
slander rubbish.
Raj is slandering.
It's become a habit for you for years. Raj, it's become a habit. It's become a reflex for you.
Yeah, you
Buri adat, man. Everybody, calm down. I know you're triggered. I know everyone's triggered that the seats are. Let me say something, Ghost.
You said it against Badmash, not me. You said it against Badmash, so you didn't say it against me. So why would I be triggered? I'm
someone responded.
You do not.
Someone responded
to Badmash.
Someone responded.
What you need to do, you need to listen.
Control. Stop marrying your cousins. You have no impulse control.
Say the bastard in the.
This is what's going to happen.
Rod, you got pubic hair that reaches your feet. Rod, you got pubic hair that reaches your feet.
Liar.
Clarify. So the guy,
you got pubic hair that reaches your feet.
5 minutes straight with not being able to respond.
Disgusting. All right. Did you say Solia de Sane? I stopped.
All right, so let me respond to the accusation.
I didn't even speak to him. Why is he responding to me? Okay, let me have a conversation. I didn't shout. Fair enough. If he doesn't speaking to another person, that'll be appreciated.
Yeah, one by one.
All right, fair enough. I'm not So,
all right,
yeah,
so
but
you made the accusation, so let me respond. You've talked for a long time. So when it comes to that video, I still believe I heard what I heard. I've taken the video down anyway.
Why did you take it down, Rog?
Let me say something. I'm not going to issue an apology. I do believe I heard what I heard.
I don't require one from you, man. I don't require one from you.
I said, let me just respond. Now,
why did you take it down, Rog?
Let me respond. When it comes to Ghost here, Ghost has been putting up memes in the back chat of a poo, yeah, and I put it in the back chat with the insect on it saying, this is what Sikhs believe are God.
Are you diverting now?
Yeah. So I want to know, and you also mock here, grooming gang victims, Sikh girls. And
right. Let me just address what you said, yeah? Well, I've said to you again and again about this slander thing, yeah? Look, you started, and this, in my opinion, yeah, I might be wrong. I personally think you started all these slander wars, and that's all you're going to get back.
Exactly.
Whatever you plant, that's all you're going to eat, man. You keep giving up the world, you can only get that back.
All right, so remember who started slander against me. So if you want to go down that route, the first time people started slandering was you against on Ali Dawa's channel on OSC Dawa. You're the one that come with the term kabuttar, which is still being used to me. You're the one that said the term that I'm not a Sikh, and people say I'm not a Sikh. You started a lot of much here as well, and a lot of beef. So you're not innocent.
I've only critiqued whatever. I've only critiqued whatever you've said. Yeah, but I've not published hearsay as truth.
I've not
published hearsay as truth.
He's trying to distract Karna,
yeah, you're distracting. You're twisting other stuff. You're trying to go on. Why speak publicly? What did RS say? RS said all sorts, and you didn't call him out.
You agree to that?
Agree to what?
Agree to what?
With RS Sid, yeah, me and you, yeah. And we can talk privately.
Why can't we talk out here?
He said, firstly, he said pictures of our guru are the B word.
He said that's some old bastard in India.
And normally, you know what? Normally, I don't really hesitate about swearing. You're right. But when it comes to, I couldn't even say that sentence because it involved my gurus, yeah? And another thing, for some reason, in his little pea brain, he wants to change the history of Sikhi, like rewrite the history of Sikhi. Yeah, and this is another concerted effort to take away the divinity of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And let me think. I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
So remember, look here. Remember,
I don't know what. You know, he phoned me. Yeah, someone gave my number to him. He rang me. And he carried on the debate on the phone, the same stuff.
It was me that gave it. It was me that gave
down the phone.
It was me that gave it. So
yeah,
he also said that
can you stop doing that, by the way? Right.
1 minute. I asked for your number 6 months ago, and I didn't give it. I said no. So it was only after that day I was like, all right. Now the thing is, yeah, other people have said similar things. I'm gonna talk to you privately, but there's some other Sikhs you might be shocked about that have said stuff about Sobha Singh and those pictures of Guru Nanak Dev Ji.
No, listen, whether that's true or not.
I don't agree with it, but they've done it.
Yeah, but whether that's true or not, those pictures are, and you're right, we don't think the pictures are divine, but they're a representation of our gurus. So don't swear.
Yeah, I agree.
Yo, but much. You know when RS Sid.
Why is there no anger or pride for Sid anymore?
Yeah, no video against Sid. No video against him.
You've got anger towards people on YouTube videos, but zero anger for your gurus, zero passion. Why?
Yeah, zero.
Because listen, yesterday RS said the first person who drew the picture of Guru is a bastard. And
yeah,
Raj was laughing. And Raj was laughing. He was laughing when RS said that. Yeah. He said the first person who drew the picture of Guru.
And the thing is that he hates Muslims more than he loves his gurus. So
exactly.
His gurus,
you worship me. You do shut it. You talk about this.
I don't know what is in Raj's heart. I don't know what is in Raj's heart. But for everybody to see, the audience, yeah, you can see that Raj, you talk about Islam more than Sikhi.
Exactly.
I don't know what's in the heart.
Obsession.
Yeah, it is it's a. Yeah, so Buri are the bad habit. The bad habit.
First of all, I'm not here. First of all, here.
But Marsh, I'm talking to you. I don't want to talk to the low caste.
I'm not here to be liked.
Yeah.
I don't care
You
if you
London,
like me
yeah.
or you love me. It makes no difference to me. Yeah, that's why you
Bro,
can't.
you're trying to make the Sikhs and Muslims fight. You're trying to make the Sikhs and Muslims fight.
Yeah,
Bro.
he's saying you think the Sikhs to rise up against Adnan Rashid.
Yeah, exactly.
Adnan Rashid is gonna, let me say something. Adnan Rashid got a lucky break here tomorrow because the park's closed because we got more information. Yeah. Adnan Rashid is an individual that you're gonna have to distance yourself from him at some point.
In the picture is not the guru. RSC said the old bastard in the picture is not
know
guru.
that.
Exactly. And
you
Rod is laughing.
You attack Rashid, but you do not.
Yeah. Rod, can I just ask Rod, did that make you, you know when you heard that, did that make you act in yourself feel bad?
He didn't even call him out.
In this conversation, they're not allowing anyone to respond. There's no way to have a conversation with this Ghost Speakers Corner because he's so low IQ. He's inbred like 50 generations. Yeah.
But he's left the panel, Roger. Did you feel bad in yourself when he said that?
Let me explain here the situation with the Sobbasing situation. As an artist, yeah, I know that the pictures that are of the gurus on our walls are not what Guru Nanak Dev Ji or Guru Gobind Singh Ji probably look like in real life. They're interpretations of those people of what he thought they look like. Now, when I do my own Sikhi artwork, what I do is I don't use reference points for that reason. I don't try and get any picture. The only picture I look at that I've kind of copied to a certain degree is actually Guru Gobind Singh Ji because I love that interpretation. Generally, when I'm doing any of the gurus or I'm doing any of my pictures of Baba Deep Singh or Banda Singh Bahad, I use from my imagination because I don't want to fall into the trap of Sobba Singh, who what he did. So for you to understand, imagine Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah, when he was doing these drawings, yeah, he had to have a model. You understand to do the drawings. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when these drawings were done by one of the most famous Sikh painters, like when you go to the Sikh temple, 90% of the paintings that are going to be from him. And so he was using a reference point of an individual. I think it could have been his cousin or something like that, or maybe even himself. Aris Sidia, wrongly in my opinion, was saying that because he was using a picture of somebody, these pictures are not of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and he used a derogatory word when saying that, and that's wrong, and I totally condemn that. But his point, which I've heard before, is that these pictures should not be seen, or these paintings, as actual representations of gurus, and you shouldn't pray to them. And I agree with that on that sense. Anyone that thinks that these paintings are actually of the gurus, yeah, what they really look like, you've got to rethink their interpretation.
Yeah, we all know what Sikhi doctrine is, yeah. We know, yeah. I'm
explaining to the wider public because people don't understand what happened yesterday. Because they're now
that still doesn't excuse.
I'm not excusing it. I'm not excusing. What do I say? I still condemn it. Now the problem that they're trying to conflate this to now is say that Sikhs are not supposed to do no paintings of the gurus. They're saying. Well, a lot of people in the chat were saying what Ari Sid is saying is that you shouldn't paint no paintings. That is forbidden within Sikhi, and that's not the case. We can do paintings and interpretations of gurus, but we can't worship those pictures, and we can't do statues or idolatry of them. Yeah, from my understanding, and that's a different argument to have about whether it's forbidden or not. From my understanding, it's not. I have had some Sikhs say to me it is. I'm not going to lie. And I'll say to you in privately who that is, but I have had one or two Sikhs say that, who are hard line that believe that even paintings are forbidden.
Yeah, I know Sikhs that have taken all the paintings away and replaced it with scripture.
Yeah, so I mean, there's an argument there, but I personally believe that as long as you do not see the paintings as real depictions but representations and you don't worship them, I don't really have an issue with it. All right, so the thing is here, like I said, it's up to you whether you want to meet up. I'm going to do my own thing anyway.
Let's not labor that point. Yeah, let's do that in
No, because this. Oh, so Ari Sid is here. Yeah, Ari Sid is here. So what I'll do tomorrow, because he wants me to do a stream, I'm going to do it on Manny Cinders, so it's a controlled environment. If you want to come on, you can come on, but not anyone can just come on. I'm going to try and keep it as controlled as possible. So if you want to question him on that, so Kallu, I'll try and do it on Manny's. That will do that. He's in the chat at the moment, so what can I say? He's here.
Sundays I'm busy, but I'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to clarify what you. So I do want to clarify one thing. I strongly disagree with Aris Sid on the fact that he said that. From my understanding, you can clarify if you want that. Guru Nanak Dev Ji was a Sufi saint, and I strongly disagree. I think he.
Oh, another thing, he's saying he's got evidence, evidence for Guru Nanak Dev Ji's funeral.
I mean, all right, yeah.
When I asked him what the evidence was, and bless his little cotton socks, yeah, he said that it's a website. And I don't know if you can go to any court case which has used evidence to put people away, you know, as a website.
All right, we can talk about that, yeah, on a different time because that's too complicated. But the one thing I would say that although Guru Nanak Dev Ji had a lot of respect for the Sufi saints, like by Mardana and all of these people, Kabir and all of these, he was not a Sufi. He had a lot of respect for Sufis and probably believed in some of the stuff there, but that doesn't mean he was a Sufi. And that's one of the things that I said to Aris, said that I strongly disagree on that point. I don't know what your position on that is.
Yeah, listen, you might heard Mani Singh said you should arrest anyone who gives da'wah or something like that. He tweeted that. What does that mean?
Who?
Mani Singh said anyone who's giving da'wah or something like that, they should be arrested or something.
When did he say that?
I don't know. I'm not getting involved.
I pick up Mani Sindhu anyway, man. The real G of these.
Is he ex-Sikh or something?
I would say he's more of an agnostic, more of a
He's a cultural Sikh. He doesn't believe in Sikh.
He's a cultural Sikh. Yeah, I don't think he believes in Sikhism. It doesn't mean that it will never come back.
I think you should take the title out of. You shouldn't call yourself a Sikh then.
That's not for me to say, man. Like,
so hold on.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying in general.
So, Raj, are you offering to meet up with Badmash at the park? This is like going to be an on-camera conversation.
I was supposed to do an on-camera one anyway, but I'm going to be doing over the last couple of weeks. I've been thinking, and I've been like, all right, because my nephew has become very religious, and he used to be what we call a munna, meaning he didn't have a turban, and now he's a full Gursikh, meaning he's taken the Amrit and stuff. And so I've seen his transformation, and it's actually directly to do with Bhai Jagraj Singh. So big up to RIP to Bhai Jagraj Singh.
Jagraj, man, he done a revolution in security.
You can't understand, like, my nephew, like, if you told me he was going to become a Gursikh, I'd be like, nah, because his dad's a drunk, and he's from a family that's very anti kind of like religion, in the sense that they're very kind of like into this culture Punjabi thing. So yeah, when I saw that, and he's kind of like going Gurdwara and learning and everything like that, yeah, it's kind of made me think that I need to brush up on my and learn more, because look, at the end of the day, as much as I despise Turlochan, no offense, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean he's some of the stuff he's saying is not right. I have to try and separate
Raj,
with what's right. And the one thing I have to say is correct to any Sikhs, and I concede in this: you must read Gurbani. Yeah,
right. Do you mind if I say something personal? Yeah, but I promise you, I mean this in
yes
advice. Yeah, I've made a few comments about AA in the chats. Yeah.
Who?
AA.
Who's AA?
The organization.
Oh my God.
Okay. Yeah. Don't let. I want to tell you what it is. Yeah. I still think like this. Imagine if somebody is a drinking alcoholic and they wanted sobriety, and they looked at you and you're selling sobriety.
No, it's not a good look.
People wouldn't want it, right? People wouldn't want sobriety. If they looked at you and thought, oh, this guy's sober and he's behaving like this, what do I want with sobriety then? Yeah. So all out.
Are you saying an anti-AA advert?
Pardon?
You're trying to say I'm an anti-AA kind of advert?
I'm just saying you need more work to be done.
I know I need work.
I'm not going to labour that point, yeah? I'm not going to labour that point.
Let me say, big up to Rayon, one of our Sikh brides, said, Raj, Badmash, quash the beef. All this bakwas, sariya de samne.
Big up Rayon, man. Yo, he's right. You lot should squash it if you can. If there's something...
Let me say that.
Again and again, I don't have beef. I don't have anger towards him. And I say that, so I do have pity. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
When he says stuff like, I have pity for you, this guy knows how to piss me off, yeah? This is why me and him will always argue. I'm never going to say I'm not
But
going to
I don't
argue.
have beef with you, Raj. I don't have beef with you.
It's not about having beef.
You're exaggerating it in your head, the beef. You're like creating some kind of war on the internet, which is you know, as Leon says, it's hilarious. Hilarious.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying, Bad Mash? This park isn't big enough for the both of us.
No, it's not. Me and him here are two very strong-minded characters here, and this is why I say you don't need a lot of Sikhs. You just need one or two of them, to really control things. And you can
this is why I made that point about you when I was talking about James SC and him tearing up religious scripture. I was trying to get across the point that Sikhs are not normally so cool. They're not very cool people. We're really hot-headed people. And I wasn't saying that. Oh yeah, you're gonna get. I wasn't threatening him. I was just trying to put him in the picture that there are people out there that love their scripture so much.
Punjabi, bro.
And Raj, you know what people like, man?
No, I've said that. I believe that. I can see that. I don't think it's just Muslims that would react in a bad way. Sikhs would react in a bad way. I would tell them not to, but sometimes people's anger is just going to erupt. And this is why I kind of like have to rethink my stance on free speech. Like, I've gone through a journey myself about free speech. I've kind of like gone all over the place. So
yeah, that's an honest thing, because you're saying that you've. Do you know what I mean, that you've bended your viewpoint?
Well, I have to concede that when it comes to people of the religious faith, I've got to put myself in their position. If I wouldn't want it to be done to the Guru Granth Sahib, I should have the same rule for them. But the issue I have with
empathy, Raj.
The issue I have though is that how can we expect someone like James Speaker's Corner, who has no religion, to have the same empathy? Do you understand?
He needs to have empathy, though. He's got poor social etiquette, right? It's down to his condition.
Are you saying that? You're saying he's autistic? As he said he is, though.
His autistic trait is having poor social etiquette. Come on, man, that's a given. Can someone disagree that that's a trait of autistic?
That is a trait, but doesn't mean you're autistic. There's a lot of pricks out there that have no real.
One second. Let me defend my thing, innit? James, my proper heard noises in the kid. Nah, the angel came to him, and James sees twisting literature here. We say the angel came to him. He never heard no voices. He saw the angel, and the angel revealed the message. I don't know what James sees in the comment section about, bro.
Is he here? Where is he?
He's constantly in there. Every day he's in the comment section talking about paedophilia. Obsessed, man.
Yeah,
one middle-aged incel talking about paedophilia every day.
He's a bit of a He's a bit of a player, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit of a player, James. This year, I heard.
No comment.
He's a real cowboy. He's a real cowboy.
No, he's in Philip Schofield. He's said it. He's into Philip Schofield.
Let's go.
You don't know he is.
How do you think he feels though?
I've always thought Philip Schofield is a bit like that, but I didn't want to say it, man. All right, he's really come out.
Schofield, celebrity couple.
All right.
When are you gonna do it? When are you gonna come out, man? Yeah.
I've already come out, man. Come out.
I'm imagine a glubby pug, like a pink pug.
Me and you are gonna tie the knot soon.
One
thing I do want to discuss, and I need to start looking into, because my sister's getting married to a white person. But the thing is that now I'm trying to figure out what the role is on the whole key thing about if you're marrying a non-Sikh.
But she's not going to do it around the garden, is she?
Well, she can't, can she? She can't, can she?
Wait there. We got
that's contention, isn't it? That's a contention.
Yo, we got ex-Muslim kryptonite.
The document you was talking about interfaith marriages.
Yeah, you have to. All right, so let me explain something. Yeah, a lot of people are not understanding. The Sikhs that were protesting this were not against interfaith marriage. You can marry whoever you want, but they're saying that when you're going to the Gurdwara and you're standing in front of the Guru Granth Sahib, which is our living Guru, and you're doing a ceremony called a Karaj, you're doing a ceremony that is only exclusively for two Sikhs. Yeah.
But Raj, let's be honest, yeah. Gurdwara have made a mockery of that, innit?
Yeah, they have made a mockery of it.
Before all this interfaith marriage came along, you know that we had Sikhs that would grow their beard for the day, for just the morning, in fact, have the ceremony, do the dress up thing, and then in the afternoon go and have a shave and get mullered in the evening. So Gurdwara and our community made a mockery of it. Not people.
Yeah, but they're not a mockery of it. All right, but this is where I have a bit of an issue here. It's like, all right, so it's a bit like, you know, a girl that wants a wedding, like, you know, the white gown, you know, and for a Sikh girl, you can imagine this would be something
that's true.
They've been looking forward to since they were a little kid, to be able to do the lama and have their brothers pass, you know, do the ceremony, the non-courage and stuff.
Yeah, the brothers stand around the Guru Granth Sahib, help her along, isn't it? Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing, like, you know, passing, you know, and doing the ceremony. And so for me, I'm kind of caught up. I understand what they're saying, yeah, and I kind of agree with what they're saying. But I'm also like, there needs to be like a middle ground. Maybe not doing the ceremony and non-courage, but maybe do
you know, Jagraj put in place something to fix this? He put in place a learning thing where somebody who's coming as an outsider, they can learn about the faith, you know?
I mean, this is what the guy's already done, though. So he actually knows quite a lot when I met him. So he's already starting to learn, and he's willing to learn more. So I need to just find out whether, because the last thing I need is like to do with doing a wedding and someone's protest it. That's going to be a bit of a disaster. So yeah. I mean, he's already looking into Sikhi and stuff. So I don't know.
Did he have to convert?
No. Understanding the concept, the Sikhs are not against interfaith marriage or interracial.
Yeah, bro, I've seen a documentary. I know what it's about.
He doesn't have to convert, but I think if they do it, he needs to at least understand what he's doing and why he's doing it. I think that's the bare minimum. Yeah. So rather than just going in there and go, okay, I'm just doing the ceremony, like try and learn exactly what he's doing and why the brothers are doing what they're doing. And you know, I think some Sikhs like me probably need to look more into it as well. To be honest, yeah.
You know what? You know that Hassani Hundal documentary. If a Sikh says that you shouldn't do the ceremony because you don't see that book as your guru, you don't see it as your guru, they're calling people like that fundamentalist Sikhs.
Yeah, and but I mean,
that's a basic tenet of Sikhi, you know.
No, I think what the problem is, because I know some of the guys that did that thing, yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you, some of them are not the best characters. I'm not going to say
no, they're all ex-road men. They're all ex-road men.
So what the problem was is that, okay, you have an issue with this particular people taking the piss. I agree with you. It's got to the stage it's getting silly, but to roll up to Gurdwara 50 man deep and ruin someone's big day is not the way to do it. There are other ways you could have done it, and I think that's the issue he had. Because remember, he said something that I didn't realize. His mum was actually in the Gurdwara when it happened. So think about it.
There's been times when the Sangat are already in the Gurdwara, and even like the bride or the groom have been turned away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But imagine yourself here, even if you agreed with them that your mum was in the Gurdwara and she felt threatened, wouldn't you be pissed off?
Not, man. I don't
what is this going on?
But I don't think we should do the intricacies of our religion in front of everyone either.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I agree with their message. I don't agree with their solution. There needs to be a plan, and I'm trying to think.
This is the same way I felt about what you do with the grooming gang thing. That phrase, that exact phrase, what you just said.
All right, fair enough.
The grooming gang thing.
And the other thing is that I was supposed to get Bupstan to, because another allegation that people are chucking about is about Khalistan as well. That Khalistan is a banned movement, and the Khalistan is not a banned movement. Certain groups are banned, and that's something I need to clarify.
So Khalistan, if I'm right, it's a Sikh thing. We want a country for Sikhi.
No. If someone says we want Khalistan, that's not illegal. We can actually do even a protest outside Downing Street. They did one in Trafalgar Square. But if you belong to a particular group like Baba Khalsa or something like that, then you're actually.
But wouldn't you say it's more of a protest vote against the Hindu government?
Is it more like when Muhammad Ali Jinnah, when he phoned Pakistan, he says, "I'm founding this on the religion of Islam. I'm founding this so we can practice our religion, not be persecuted."
Muhammad Ali Jinnah's speech.
Yeah, I don't personally have the same view of. This is why I'm going to stop using the word Khalistan. I'm more of an independent Punjab.
Okay.
So I don't believe it should be run according to religion. I think it should be a secular, democratic country, and it not exclusively for Sikhs. And also, but I'd be happy if India, yeah, because obviously I'm not Indian. One thing I'm totally against the RSS, the BJP. I think India. I agree with the Turlochan in the sense that the Hindus, the RSS, are more dangerous because what they're trying to do is to dilute the Sikhs into glorified Hindus, and that's very dangerous. Because
and that's why when you've heard me say Hinduism in a bad light, that's what I meant. Like the establishment, not Hindu people.
Yeah, but you don't make it clear though. It sounds like you're talking Hindus.
Well,
if you said, oh, the RSS and the BJP, because we know that the RSS and the BJP, they basically classify us as basically a sect of Hinduism. And we're not Hinduism.
I know.
On top of that, now what they're doing is they're making Punjabi, trying to make Punjabi in the secondary language in Punjab and make Hindi number one. On top of that, they're rewriting history. They're saying like Guru Gobind Singh Ji is basically a Hindu.
Roger, when you ever get a chance, look into a charity called Insaf, yeah? I know some things that work for it. It's called Insaf, meaning justice, okay? Sikhs are still getting kidnapped in Punjab.
Yeah, I know. I reckon if
I
reckon if I went India, I'd get locked up. My latta would be broken in a prison cell or something like that, with shotguns or something. So I reckon if they see some of my videos, I still think it's dangerous. That's why I say that a lot of people say when they go to the Punjab, oh, no one wants Khalistan. But I reckon a lot of people are keeping their real thoughts to themselves because they know that it's still very dangerous.
Yeah, but the Sikhs of India are the ones that are going to suffer in it. That's why. Outside of Khalistan, it's easy for Sikhs in London and Canada and America to make a noise.
Yeah, that's why I say that if you want an independent Punjab or Khalistan, you need to move back if it ever happens. Don't talk about.
That's more of a better stance, yeah.
Because I mean, look,
got more integrity, hasn't it? If you're willing to go back.
Let me give you an example. Say tomorrow, yeah, Khalistan or independent Punjab happened, and you was calling for it, and they haven't got people to do certain things here that are crucial for that country to survive, and you're just sitting there going, okay, we got it now, we're not going to go there to help. Then you're just a bitch. Like, you need to go back. Yeah, you need to go back and actually contribute whatever you can to that state because you're calling for it. Yeah, put your money where your mouth is. So if you ever want me to leave the UK, guys, let's get an independent Punjab.
Where are you from in Punjab, bro?
Ludhiana.
Oh, it's nice there. Good shopping there, man.
All right, so let me explain you because Mr. Singh is always saying that my family is Ugandan and we're not really.
They are, aren't they? They are.
Let me explain the situation. My dad,
You're a Madafu. You're a Madafu. That's Swahili for coconut.
Madafu. So basically, my father is from Punjab. They never left Punjab, from Ludhiana, yeah. My mother was born in Punjab in Ludhiana, but they moved when she was 1, yeah. And then they went over to Uganda for 14 years, and they went back to the Punjab when she was like 15, and then she got married when she was at 17 and to my father. And then when she was in her 20s, she moved to the UK. So she is fully Punjabi, yeah. And the thing is, the kind of all right, so things are going to turn into a shit show at the moment because this TYO that Gunja is on, and there's no way I'm being
civil. Don't mute it. There's no need to start saying
yeah, there's no way I'm going to be civil with him. I don't care what anyone says. I've tried my best, but when it comes to this guy, yeah, there's no civility.